By the time you're watching this, there's probably a good chance that our next release, Atrium Mr. Radiance, is available for pre-order for a limited time for 5 days. Link in the description below. To celebrate our release, I thought we'd do a video where we review the highest rated summer fragrances for each note. And each note we're going to explore today is one of the notes of Mr. Radiance. Today we have 9 notes to cover today. And you're going to see the ratings for each fragrance as we're going through them. I'm going to review the highest rated fragrances to see basically, is the hype worth it? I agree with the general community, the general consensus, and let you guys know if each of these fragrances are worth checking out. I'm going to explore each note as well, so hopefully you'll learn something new also. Let's begin. First up, the note of orange. Orange is a very fantastic, smooth, easy to use citrus in perfumery. Everyone knows what orange smells like, hopefully, and you see it in a lot of fragrances that don't want to smell too sharp in their opening. Today's orange fragrance will be Afternoon Swim by Louis Vuitton. This is a highly rated fragrance, getting a lot of hype that is an easy to understand scent. Louis Vuitton in general do very expensive niche price tags, but designer perfumery overall is how I would describe them. Most of their stuff is overpriced. Afternoon Swim probably is overpriced as well. I would agree with that. And how I would describe it is, in the opening, I really like this fragrance. It smelled like orange spicy perfumery that kind of reminded me of Terre Hermès or Burberry's Touch, really sharp and invigorating in the opening, and dries down to this sandalwood and Broxton combo that reminds me heavily of Bvlgari's Tygar. So in the end, it really disappointed me in the fact that Afternoon Swim is really just Bvlgari's Tygar with an orange twist. So I think they use orange really well. It's a really easy to love, easy to understand fragrance, but I don't think it's worth its price tag, and performance is average around 6 hours. Hence, I'd give that fragrance a 7 out of 10. I'm not sure if it deserves the rating it gets on Fragrantica. For the lemon note, we have Xerjoff's Torino 21. This is a fragrance I've been needing to get for a long time. This is lemon. If you love lemon, this is like the perfect lemon fragrance. It is all lemon all the way through. It is a lemon, musky, white floral scent that has that mint and basil opening at the beginning to give you a minty green freshness, yes, but overall it's musky, lemon heavy, and it stays linear throughout and it lasts a really long time. They've done perfectly for what they're trying to achieve. This line of Torino is trying to transport you to Turin, Italy for the tennis tournament they hold there, and it smells like a tennis tournament in a bottle, basically, as if you were watching a tennis game in the summertime. It reminds me of something like Lacoste Blanc, Lacoste White, but a much more niche version of it without that suede aspect of Lacoste White. This is definitely musky. It has that laundry detergent musks you find in a lot of fragrances like 724 by MFK, but it's not overly done. I think they've done it perfectly to the fact that they've used the power of those musks, those clean musks, but it doesn't smell like laundry detergent. It's really palatable. It's a really easy to like fragrance. I can see why it's so highly rated. The lemon just stays throughout, which is really impressive because, of course, lemon is a top note. It's meant to go away after 5 minutes, so it's impressive when perfumers can elongate it. It's probably the lemon verbena that's done that in the base. 8 to 10 hours longevity, medium projection. I think this is unisex, definitely leaning masculine overall. It's powerful, lemon-based, musky perfumery, really impressive stuff. I'd give this an 8.5 out of 10 just because it's not the most creative scent ever. It's not a revolutionary idea, but it knows what it's trying to be and it achieves that excellently. 32% of people who watch School of Scent are subscribed to us. If you guys want to see our channel grow, to really help us out, click subscribe. Let's get that number to 40%. Thank you. For the lime note, we have Terence Hughes Ozone. So lime is considered the most gourmand of all the citruses. It has this mouth-watering aspect to it. Think of mojitos, these cocktails. And I think lime and ozone is more of a supporting note. It smells like, to me, this fragrance is a minty lime mojito-esque coconut sunscreen lotion. It smells more like a coconut sunscreen lotion due to the fact that Aaron just loves to use these really heavy, thick, creamy musks. If you want a creamy fragrance, Ozone will do it for you. It's definitely a spring and summertime scent that is unisex overall, I would say, and it lasts a good amount of time, at least 8 hours, with a soft to medium projection. It just has that thickness, that creaminess that just makes you think like you're wearing a sunscreen kind of fragrance. It makes you smell like you're on holiday. It reminds me of fragrances like Dolce & Gabbana's Light Blue Sun, which is now a discontinued limited edition flanker they did back in the day. Aaron's probably used benzyl salicylate, which has this tropical fuzzy sunscreen effect in fragrances. And then lime and coconut here are just really nice additions to that idea overall. So it's a really great scent that Aaron has created. Quite linear, quite simple, so I can't give it the highest scores. I'm not sure if I agree completely with the rating on Fragrantica, but I'd give this probably an 8.5 out of 10. Another solid fragrance. For the note of Elemi, we're going for Dior Homme Sport 2021. Elemi is a mid-note that is used to create an ambery, spicy aspect that elongates top citrus notes. So we use it for Mr. Radiance to elongate our citrus cocktail opening, and they've done it here as well in Dior Homme Sport. I would describe this fragrance as orange woody ambers, even though orange is not listed here, but it smells like an orange fragrance. It's just a warm, citrusy, handsome, sporty, fresh fragrance. It's not necessarily a gym sporty scent, it's more like fresh, handsome, dumb reach scent that you can wear most of the year round. It's great value for money, great longevity, around 8 hours, simple but mainstream design and perfumery done in an elegant way that Dior likes to do. So I'd give this a 9 out of 10. I think it's a great way to experience Elemi and see how citrus perfumery can just be elongated throughout its duration. For the marine note, we're actually going to get this bottle of Jean-Paul Gaultier's Paradise Garden Le Beau, opened right here live for you guys. And of course, you know it's a tin can, so I'm going to go get my tin can opener, guys. No, I'm just kidding. Don't ever do that, guys. I know I've seen some videos online of people doing that. You just open from the bottom. And there we have it, Jean-Paul Gaultier Le Beau Paradise Garden. So this is the fragrance we've chosen for the marine notes we're using in Mr. Radiance. Traditionally, Cologne is used as the aquatic note of perfumery. That's the most traditional and I think the initial note for it. And Cologne smells a bit like watermelon, it smells oceanic fresh, smells a bit like cucumber. It's very marine-like and reminds you of the ocean. And I think they've used something probably different here. The marine aspect isn't a huge part in Paradise Garden, but I've had to review this fragrance, had to get a full bottle. I've worn a sample of this several times, and this is a nice scent. I think it's something that sits in between Le Beau Eau de Toilette and Le Beau Le Parfum in terms of thickness and strength. This is a fragrance that sort of has the performance of Le Beau Eau de Toilette, but it has thickness there, it has more aspects going on. So it's a more interesting fragrance, and I don't think it's as cloying as the Le Parfum, which struggles a little bit in the summertime, I think. This is green, fig, coconut, creamy, lotion-like effect with that tonka bean. It has some sandalwood in there, although I don't think that's a huge part of the fragrance either. This is a really nice green fig summer scent. It's just very creamy like the Le Beau line is in general. And I get 6 to 8 hours with a soft to medium projection. If you want a really classy, new, sort of interesting and unique take on designer perfumery in the summertime, I think this is a very solid release. I wouldn't give this the highest score. I don't think it's the best rating ever. I don't think I agree with Fragrantica here. I think it's solid. It gets the job done. I think it's a great way for people who want to explore new perfumes for this summertime. You want a new designer scent, get Paradise Garden. It's solid. It's an 8 out of 10 though for me overall. For the mango note, I'm going to explore By Virtue of Sunbeams by Luxie Terra. So in Mr. Radiance, we're using naturals here to recreate the mango note. We're using Mango Leaf Absolute, which creates a sort of leathery green mango note overall. Like an unripened mango is very fresh. By Virtue of Sunbeams, it was created by my friend Sam Maser, who is an independent perfumer on YouTube. He has a fantastic channel. You guys can go check him out. We've done videos with him as well in the past. I think this is a fantastic scent. I think it deserves all the hype it's getting on Fragrantica. Finally, I've always said this is a great scent. This, to me, smells like an airy, fuzzy, ozonic mango. It's sort of like you're eating a green mango, but then you realize it's a very sweet green mango. It's very strange, because this fragrance does have a green aspect to it, but it still smells like a sweet mango in here. It's beautiful. It's a very easy to like fragrance. You should try it to prove to yourself that independent perfumers can create some fantastic things, because Sam has done fantastically with this fragrance. Unisex, 8 hours long lasting, medium projecting fragrance. You can just overspray. It's so inoffensive, but so beautiful. Very smooth, some eau de parfum, so that's why it's so long lasting. I think Sam's done fantastic here. There are marine notes here listed, but I would say this is more of an ozonic scent, sort of similar to how Chanel's Allure Homme Sport, the original, has marine notes in there, but I wouldn't say that's an aquatic fragrance necessarily. I would say it's more ozonic, and I would say this is more ozonic as well. If you want airy, fresh, easy to love mango perfumery, a really underrated notes, underrepresented, hence why we've done it now in Mr. Maritime and in Mr. Radiance. You should go check out By Virtue of Sunbeams, see if you can order it to your country. For the note of oud, we have Tales from Zanzibar, Memoirs of a Perfume Collector. In Mr. Radiance, we're using Cambodian oud, which is one of the less challenging variations of oud. I'm not sure what Tales from Zanzibar uses for their variety, but this is a great, easy to understand oud scent. Oud in summer perfumery is really unique. It's a great challenge for the perfumer already, and I think this is one of the best summer fragrances in general, not even just for the note of oud. Tales from Zanzibar has a really interesting, unique take with a guava note in here, which is a very tropical, unique, distinct fruit note in here. Guava is one of my favorite fruits I used to eat back in the day in Egypt all the time. I really love it. And I love the fact that it lasts a long time in the duration of the fragrance. The guava note is prominent. And the fragrance itself is metallic, musky, woody with that oud, of course, some citruses in here. Bright summer, very long lasting perfumery. Very impressive for a fresh scent. It's got me a big compliment the other week when I wore this. And I just think it's fantastic, creative, new ideas are in here with a fragrance that lasts 10 to 12 hours. Super long lasting and still super fresh. Super impressive stuff. You should definitely check this out. Maybe my first recommendation you should try from this brand. For the note of ambergris, we have the classic Creed Green Irish Tweed. Ambergris is a great note. It's one of the most expensive found in nature, but bear in mind most ambergris notes now are synthetic. It's still a great note to work with. It's a little bit animalic, but not in a challenging way. It's musky, marine-like, a little bit salty, and it adds a touch of elegance to any fragrance you use it with, and I think it's done the same thing in Mr. Radiance. For Green Irish Tweed, you have one of the most elegant green fragrances out there. It smells like a green Irish field with a soapy aspect to it, mature, elegant, and refined. It smells classic and never outdated. It's musky, it's got a long-lasting aspect, it's got that sparkle from the ambergris in here, just elevating its quality, and it lasts a really long time, 10 hours, and medium projection as well. If you want to smell like class, you want to smell like elegance in the spring and the summertime, this is still a relevant fragrance. It's one of the best from Creed. And lastly, for the notes of patchouli, it's actually quite a tricky fragrance to have in a summer fragrance video because patchouli is quite a dark, sweet fragrance note. It smells a bit earthy, usually associated with hippies back in the day who used to wear just pure patchouli, but obviously in perfumery it's a bit more nuanced than that. There are different variations of patchouli. Some are more dark green and intense. Maybe a fragrance like Encre Noir Extreme might be using a patchouli variation like that. But this fragrance, I think, probably uses a more clean variety of patchouli, and that is Acqua di Gio Profumo, which is sadly a fragrance that's discontinued, but you might be able to still get your hands on it depending on where you are. Acqua di Gio Profumo was a revolutionary scent for the Acqua di Gio DNA, usually a brighter, more traditional summer scent profile. The Profumo flanker made it a bit more mature and darker with both that patchouli and the incense notes. So it added this touch of elegance, this touch of refinery, maturity, and because it took a bright DNA and made it a little bit darker, it ended up actually making a balanced DNA overall, something you can wear as a signature. A man wearing, let's say, a black suit and tie with a white shirt would rock something like Acqua di Gio Profumo. There's a reason why it was so popular in the community. It has soft to medium projection with 10 hours longevity. I think it was a great flanker. It wasn't my favorite from the line, but I think it had a nice new twist on the DNA that was very useful in how versatile it made it. I give this flanker a 9 out of 10. It's a shame it's discontinued. Try to get it if you still can. By the way, for the ratings, I forgot, by virtue of Sunbeams, I'm not going to rate it because I'm biased. It's my friend's brand. I would give Green Irish Tweed a 10 out of 10. I would give Tales from Zanzibar a 10 out of 10 as well. And that concludes this video, guys. What are your thoughts on notes discussed today? Do you feel like you've learned something new about these notes? Do you feel like you're gonna look out for them more and want to explore these notes in different fragrances? Are you excited for Mr. Radiance? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. And again, guys, sign up to be notified for pre-orders or just purchase a pre-order now if it's available for you using the link in the description below as well as in the pinned comment. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to check out our previous video on highest rated fragrances. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.